push it in. And you can push this one back in, and then that comes out. Alright, I thought I'd show kind of an update on the DaVinci cabinet. So I got all of the drawers coated with osmo, just like the side-in panels have been this whole time. And now everything's working super smoothly. These two drawers here were kind of tight before I got the wax on them, but now they work butter smooth, just like everything else does. So that also applies to the mechanisms. You can push that one in with one finger now, whereas before you really had to push to get it to come in and out. The wax really helped. So all the drawers are working very nicely. I got the Wenge border around all the drawers, which is fitting pretty tight and looks really good. So all that's done. I got this drawer working also, so you gotta move that one out of the way because the rod hits. Push that in, that drawer pops out. So I got that spring plunger in now, so the drawer just comes out automatically. It's working really nice, perfect, just how I wanted it to. So it comes about halfway out and it pops out. But yeah, it's working really nice. Everything looks good. The dovetails on everything, I'm really happy with how they turned out. The osmo really darkens up the maple, which against the walnut, it really looks nice. So yeah, I'm going to show all of the mechanisms so far and the drawers coming out, and I'll just kind of video each one with a stationary camera here now so you can better see how it all works. Here's the pop-out panel. Can't push it till this drawer's pulled out. And then here's the right angle drawer. So this drawer won't come out. When I get the handle, at least, it won't come out until you push it in. And you can push this one back in, and then that comes out the rest of the way. And this eventually will have a gravity pin that falls down into it, but I don't have that all set up inside of it right now. So this drawer, you can see that little hole there where I put that brass little socket thing in there. That's where the gravity pin falls into. And then this drawer that comes above it here will have a magnet underneath of it that'll pull it out. But I don't have it all set up yet. So that goes back in. Pull that one out. Put the stopper back in. Now this one I don't quite have working correctly yet. This drawer comes out all the way, and you'll flip it upside down and it goes back in there. You can see the rhombus pattern I made on it. This will all get covered up. A magnet goes there, and then I get another strip of wood here. But the rhombus pattern I did on it really popped after the osmo got on it. But this will go in, and the magnet will pull a pin out of this top drawer that allows this drawer to come out. So this drawer moves freely now, but eventually it will be locked into place until this drawer is pushed back in upside down. And then there's nothing really special yet about this drawer. It'll come out to about here, and you can see this inside part here. This will actually be two smaller drawers inside. I have to still wrap the front in walnut, and these parts are still not glued together yet. But you'll take this smaller bottom drawer out, and flip it upside down, similar to this drawer over here. And when you push it back in, the smaller top one will come out too. So that's not all done yet though. But yeah, that's about it so far that I have done. Not a lot done since the last time. Obviously the finish and the Wenge border around all the drawers is a really big deal, and it really set it off. So it looks a lot closer to being finished now. But it's just those couple other mechanisms that I talked about and magnet pins that I have to add into it, and then most everything for the mechanics of it are done, and then I just have to put on the top crown piece here. So this piece of alder here that I made as just a prototype crown piece to see how it looks, this is what'll go all the way around the cabinet on the top. So give you kind of an edge view of that. You know, it's got the cove on it all the way around, and it's kind of hard to do this with the tripod, but you can see the cove, and there's cove underneath of it as well, and it wraps all the way around the cabinet just like it does on the bottom here. You can see that bottom cove that wraps around the bottom of the cabinet. That'll be the same on the top. So anyway, I got to make that out of either solid walnut, or I may try and use MDF and just veneer the cove parts where you can actually see, because the rest of this you never see. But gotta make some prototypes out of that and see which method I end up going with. And once this whole thing is done, that is what transitions into the second portion of the cabinet. So after that's done, I can start on the top portion, which also has gonna hopefully have a lot of marquetry in it. So that's gonna take a while to figure out the marquetry in the panels, because I have to do the marquetry before I can veneer all of the top panels for the upper part. So that could be a while before I actually begin work on the top portion of the cabinet. But I'd also mention last night and this morning I got all of the drawers reveals fixed. So some of the drawers would stick out further, like this one was about right there, and then this one was way in, and you can just see that this one's sticking out further than that one. So I fixed that and made it so that they all stop in the same spot. They all have a 1/4 inch inset, just like all of the in-panel panels, although this panel actually moves. And it's really cool. Once you get the osmo on it, it darkens it up so much that you actually can't even tell that this is a panel. It just looks like part of the fake in panels. And this thing here was really fun to get working. It's plumb full of springs and pipes and all kinds of stuff. It almost looks like I overdid it a bit, and I may have. There's probably an easier way to fit all this in, but it works pretty good, so that's all that matters. And all these things here, these are for adjusting the depths. So there's this all-thread rod sticking out here. Well, these nuts decide where the panel stops. So the panel stops 1/4 inch out. Well, if I pull all 4 of these nuts out, then the panel will stop further out. I could make the panel stop perfectly flush if I wanted, which I can't to make it match everything else. But it's just the fact that I'm able to do that, which I thought was really cool, to where that over time, if that panel gets to sticking out a corner slightly more, if it's binding up a little bit, I can always just come back here and twist one of these a little bit and help even everything out. Yeah, I guess that's it for the update video. Hope you enjoyed watching it, and hopefully be making another video soon, and I'll have all of the mechanisms and mechanical magnet parts and everything all finished, to where all I have to do is that top crown piece. So really hoping in the next month I will have the base part of the cabinet completely done. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.